And welcome to the year 2022. And speaking of twos, we are on the second season of the 1v1 show. Welcome back, everyone. And I'm your host, Mikey, but you can call me Hyphy Soul. Whoops, I mixed that up. And today we have a brand new show. We have a new format, and we're going to be talking about anime, video games, Disneyland, VR, and so much more. And to tell you how we do things here on the 1v1 show is my co-host, Gio. And boom. What up, Gio? Why don't you tell them what we do here? Wait. Hold up. Stop. Wait a minute. You're not getting... Yeah. What the fuck? Wait. Talk. Oh my god. It's not working. Alright. Hold on. There is, Gio, keep talking. Hey, Gio. I don't think she can hear. Wait, why can I hear? Why isn't this chat? We just did sound check like 10 minutes ago. Keep talking. Keep talking. Yes, something has changed when we did sound check and now. But why? Wait. Oh, okay, hold on. I got it. All right. How about? Wait. Whoops.
We good?
Okay. Geo, talk. Wait. Why isn't something just happened? Why isn't Why am I not getting desktop audio? Not stream, not working. Not stream, not working. What? I don't know what the fuck. What if I just let's hang up and come back? Yeah. All right. Why isn't this working?
We go to?
Oh, now okay, now it works. That was weird.
That was weird. The Discord be doing this shit all the time.
Yeah, that was a Discord issue. That wasn't us. So.
Do you think it might just be buggy this morning?
I can hear Geo now. Good. All right. Good.
Oh, perfect. All right. So, shall we
Wait,
start from?
Keep talking.
Shall we start from the top?
All right.
What are we doing?
So, yeah, we're going to redo the beginning.
All right. Let's do it.
Geo, Huey Flow is now following. Yay. Wow, you didn't follow us.
Well, I run the page and I.
All right. And welcome back to the year 2022. Welcome back to the 1v1 show, to the second season. And we have a brand new show, brand new format. Well, mostly new. And yeah, we're going to be talking about anime, video games, Disneyland, and Star Wars, and so much more. And to tell you how we do things here on the 1v1 show is my co-host Geo. Oh wait, by the way, I'm Mikey, but you can call me Hyphy Soul. And my co-host here is boom, Geo Huey Flow.
What's up, Mikey? Give me the one.
Oh wait, what? God, oh shit. Boom.
All right, welcome to the 1v1 show. It's your boy Geo Huey Flow. Like Mikey said, this is a place where nerd culture and pop culture collide. Now, we have everything here for you, such as sports, video games. We have comic books. We talk about anime. We talk about movies. We talk about, important things with celebrities. We talk about music, new albums. We pretty much culture the wide splash here. Now, you are an anime nerd,
finally.
Sports nut, or whatever it may be, we welcome all. So, let me break down how the show works. We have me and whoever our rotating co-hosts are.
Oh man, yeah, take out the garbage.
5 minutes, and we each discuss 5 stories that we feel is interesting enough to talk about. We take a topic.
I got time.
If we feel like another.
What the? Geo, how are you here? Who's doing the show right now?
Huh?
Garbage day!
Wait, no! I'm gonna get him back.
Liar! You brought him here to kill me!
Let him go, Geo. Let him go.
You broke up the band!
They have done that themselves.
You will buy a Nintendo Switch!
You buying the Switch Pro and letting me borrow your first Switch was a mistake. You let your fanboyism of Nintendo cloud your judgment. And now, you have become the thing you have sworn to destroy. A hipster.
Do not lecture me, ho. I see through the lies of the normies. I've watched Bunny Girl Senpai, and I've seen every single episode of One Piece. I will make everyone in the 1v1 army watch every single episode.
The 1v1 army? That doesn't even make sense. And you said you would watch Breaking Bad, not bash it.
Don't make me destroy you.
I'm just trying to show you the best show ever.
I already know that it's not. Because it's not anime. And if you're not gonna watch One Piece, that makes you my enemy.
Only a weeb deals in absolutes. I will do what I must.
You will try.
Welcome to the 1v1 show. It's your boy Geo Huey Flow, welcoming you to the place all things niche, nerd, and pop culture. We have a dope show for y'all today. So what we're going to talk about, VR, we're going to talk about Disneyland, we're going to talk about unfortunate passing of America's dad, Bob Saget, RIP to him. But we'll get into all of that later. Also, we're going to debate about which Spider-Man do you all think had the best performance on screen? The live action, of course. Me and Mikey are going to debate that. So we hope that you all stick around and give us your thoughts, your opinions, and probably roast me for my always right opinions because y'all always seem to just be wrong. Anyways, introducing my co-host, Hypey Soul, a.k.a. Mikey. 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 Nice Samantha said she can't hear you.
Whoops, I forgot to unmute myself. Damn it. From the beginning. But anyways, as you was saying, we have a bunch of topics for you guys today, and how we do that is we have subtopics. And for each subtopic, we'll have 5 minutes to discuss each topic, and the last two, we're doing something special by having an extended discussion. So instead of 5, we'll have it maybe 7 to 10 minutes for the last two topics. And for the end segment, Gio mentioned before, we were going to have a debate. We're finally going to have some 1v1 action going on in the show because we didn't have that last year. But this season, we will. We're going to have a lot of 1v1 stuff going on. And yeah, and also, if you like what we're doing and want to support us, we also have a Patreon where you can, for $3, you can have we'll shout you out and we'll have a roll credit at the end of the show. And for $5, you can submit any topic you want. And also, we have the name of the credits at the end. And for $10, oh crap, I forgot what the think it was. But oh yeah, sponsored. $10 for a sponsor. You can plug in any your socials, product, or anything you want. And yeah, so follow us on our socials, which is boom. Wait. Boom right there. And yeah, so without further ado, here let's bring back in Gio. Whoa, what is going on?
What's up? What's good, man?
And yeah, so Gio, how was your break from last season?
It was good, man. You know, spent some time with family last week. Ended up going to Sec Anime with some friends. Had some fun. Spent too much money. I got a figure. I got the box where the figure is. I got it signed by the voice actress of Aqua from Konosuba. I have it downstairs, or I'd show you all, but I'm excited. I bought a lot more figures. If you can't tell, like, where is my? Actually, let me move my camera a little bit. I have a lot more now. So
Yeah.
a lot more now. Also, I have a few more there, and then behind the camera there's a lot more. But I don't know. I keep my American figures and my Japanese figures separate. Maybe does that make me racist?
Why do you do that?
I don't know. I just don't like things to mix.
Yeah, that's a little bit. I don't know. You have to keep things pure. It's kind of weird.
Oh no, I have really become what I sought to destroy. A racist.
A racist hipster.
A racist hipster. Ah, no. I think we call those Proud Boys. Anyways, whatever.
That's good.
Anyways, you want to get started with the show?
Yeah. All right.
I'll hop in on the first topic.
Okay.
All right. So the first topic for today, Zynga. So is GTA Online coming to GTA Online to GTA Mobile coming? So Grand Theft Auto parent company Take-Two had bought Zynga in a practically unprecedented $12.7 billion deal. And part of the reasoning is that it wants to bring the opportunity to bring some of its biggest console and PC game properties to mobile. So, Mikey, does the name Zynga, does that ring any bells for you?
Yeah, Candy Crush.
Actually, you're wrong. Candy Crush is not Zynga. Candy Crush is by King.
Oh shit. Okay, then never mind.
Yeah.
I don't know. What Zynga games are there?
Zynga did Farmville.
Oh yeah, I never played.
But do you remember Farmville? Like the hype around it?
Yeah, like people were like living on their farms.
Like Facebook gaming was a thing in the past, and I'm not talking about like their streaming platform, but like playing actual games on Facebook.
Yeah, I never got into the hype because I never had. Well, I was never active on Facebook.
Okay, so besides Facebook, the other big Zynga game that you might think of or you might know is Words with Friends.
Oh yeah, actually yeah, I had played that. I didn't know that was
Words
Zynga.
with Friends was pretty big, but with this big deal, it was what $12.7 billion, which is crazy. Mikey, how much did Disney buy Star Wars for?
Think about $4.7 billion.
So about 3 times that amount. Someone bought Farmville. So Take-Two was hoping to bring Grand Theft Auto Online, Red Dead Redemption, BioShock, and Mafia to the mobile space, which, you know, I don't know how I feel about that for certain properties. Like BioShock, I think always has to be a big narrative story game. It can't just be some bite-sized, you know, mobile thing. But I could really see Grand Theft Auto Online popping off. What do you think?
Yeah, like GTA Online is already popular as is, and if they were to make a mobile version of that, I think it would just be just as successful. Look at Fortnite.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, but GTA 5 came out for the PS3. Phones nowadays are not that far off from being able to process a game that's about that size and that powerful. In fact, they probably could do it now. Really. That's crazy though, because GTA 5 came out 2009. I want to say. Is that right? Let me get a fact. I'm gonna fact check that real quick. GTA Online or GTA 5 came out.
That was PS3.
It was PS3. It came out. Oh, okay, 2013. So not yet quite 10 years ago yet, but still, it was a game that was handled on the PS3. You should be able to run it on your phones now easily. So GTA Online, have Zynga create some type of experience there that could go. I don't know if it would work for other stuff. Like you played Red Dead Redemption, right?
Yeah. It turns out I have about 200 hours on Red Dead Redemption. I just found that out yesterday.
Like the story game or the online portion?
Oh no, just like the entire thing all together.
Damn, that's a lot of hours.
Yeah, because I looked on my PSN profile and it gives you the time amount played. I didn't know that until someone told me yesterday, and so I looked at my hours and like I didn't realize I spent that much time in Red Dead Redemption.
Great, that's great. But can you see Red Dead Redemption mobile? Can you see that being successful?
I mean, it'd be interesting if they do go through with Red Dead Redemption on mobile instead of updating Red Dead Online, because there's a vocal group of gamers that want Rockstar or Take-Two to work on the online portion of that game, because people still play it and there's no updates.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hasn't been updated. I don't follow that game at all, so I'm actually pretty surprised because Red Dead Redemption was one of their big franchise titles.
Yeah, and it seems like they just after they released it, they just dropped that and went back to working on GTA, like DLC and updates and patches and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like all the focus went back to GTA.
I see. Yeah, no, I bet you those fans will be livid if they come up with a mobile thing. Because mobile, I think, for gamers is still kind of, I don't want to say a toxic term, but it's something that most people are like, mobile. Meh. People still sneer at it.
Yeah, and do you play mobile games? Like, would you play a mobile port of the games that you like?
Not really. I don't really particularly have anything against mobile games, but I just don't ever play stuff on my phone. I don't like touchscreen controls, really.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of them either.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on from making a lot of money in gaming to making a lot of money in music. Tell me what's up with The Weeknd, Mikey?
Well, the only one who's making money in music with this topic is The Weeknd himself, because he just released a new album last week called Dawn FM. And I'm gonna be super casual, but I became a fan of The Weeknd last year after Super Bowl, and I was like, okay, and I listened to After Hours, I was like, okay, and I was like, I like it a lot. And same with this new album, because it has a lot of synthesizers going off and like a lot of electro feel, and like if you know me and you know that I like Daft Punk, that is very much my jam. And knowing that The Weeknd worked with Daft Punk and probably has that influence from them and in the studio, I think it shows on this album, in my opinion. And I like it a lot. Is it better than After Hours? I'm not sure yet. It's too early to say, but I've listened to the album like maybe 10 times, and I like it a lot.
Was After Hours the last big project that Daft Punk worked on?
Yeah, and that's the last. Yeah, the last work that they've released.
Wait, not After Hours. Starboy.
Oh wait, yeah. Well, they did work on After Hours too, but not as Daft Punk.
Okay. Just kind of like in a producer role.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the members of Daft Punk lended their synthesizer skills, which I like very much. And my favorite tracks. What?
After Hours was phenomenal.
Yeah, would you say that is his best album? Up till not counting this one.
I still like Starboy
listen to it.
I haven't listened to this one yet, but Starboy is my favorite.
Yeah, I like Starboy too, but after it was really good. Like, well, after the Super Bowl performance, I was like, okay, I don't know any of the songs, and then I started listening to the album, and I was like, okay, these songs kind of slap, and then I kept listening to it. Okay, I like them a lot. But yeah, for this album, my favorite tracks are not the ones that he released for the music videos. Like, I try to get into him, but the more I listen to him, it doesn't really like capture like my vibe. But my favorite tracks are Out of Time, Here We Go Again, Is There Someone Else, and Less Than Zero. And then also, there's a theory going on with this song called I Heard You're Married. People think The Weeknd is talking about Ariana Grande because they collabed together before, and she got married last year. And there's a bunch of theories supporting that. Like, I don't want to get into the details to make it sound like I'm a crazy stan. But yeah. And the biggest surprise for me with this album is Jim Carrey's contribution, because he presents himself as the whole album is presented as a 1 hour radio station like playlist, and Jim Carrey is the radio DJ, and he does a really good job.
That makes sense. I mean, if you were to tell me Jim Carrey's on the Weeknd album, and like it's called Dawn FM, I'm like, I figured that would be like the role he would play. But that's interesting. I'll probably play that on a drive or something, maybe at night. I think that's a good night. That seems like
it is
always good nighttime driving.
It is, and then and I looked into why they even collabed, and apparently they met at a party or something, like a Hollywood event, and they started talking about telescopes because they had a telescope out their apartment window, and apparently they could see each other with their telescopes, and they bonded over that, which was random. But
it is random.
Yeah,
I was gonna say maybe because they're both Canadian, but that is random.
Yeah, and also Quincy Jones has a whole track just talking about a story about his mother and how she was taken away like with mental illness and stuff, and how that affected him in his relationships. It ties in all together. Like, as a whole, I enjoy the album, but I think After Hours might be a better album actually. But I can cover like 6 songs already off of this album on the top box.
Snap.
Because it's really fun.
Anyways. Yeah, shout out to Mikey. Shout out to Mikey. If you don't know, watch his streams. He does dope top box covers.
Yeah, thank you. And so going from The Weeknd, the most popular singer out right now, and going to the most popular dad of the 90s and 80s. Gio, tell us what's going on with this next topic.
So this was news that happened last week, but I still wanted to pay respect to Bob Saget because he unfortunately passed away last week, Sunday, January 9th, in his Orlando hotel room. And it was pretty much one of those things where there was no foul play or evidence of drug use, so we really don't know how he passed away as far as kind of waiting on that. A source close to the investigation told certain news outlets like Yahoo, where I pulled this from, that the actor passed away peacefully in his sleep, which is consistent with what the incident report by the sheriff's department said. But Bob Saget, man, I think he was pretty much America's dad, especially to a lot of us 80s and 90s kids. I think if you were to poll people around our age group and maybe even a little older, maybe even a little younger, like I think Full House was one of the most beloved and well looked upon or looked back on shows. Like we all kind of remember that show well. Mm-hmm. And Danny Tanner, or Bob Saget being Danny Tanner, we all have kind of those memories of him. Any thoughts on this, Mikey?
Yeah, and he was also the original like YouTube host. Like every Friday night, America would get together and watch TV and basically watch YouTube videos hosted by Bob Saget. aka America's Funniest Home Videos. And I used to watch that all the time because, like, you couldn't get any of that kind of content anywhere.
That's true. Like, I didn't think about it that way, but America's Funniest Home Videos really was kind of the pre-YouTube, where instead of, what's the word I'm looking for? Instead of, being able to go on YouTube and find something hilarious, we would all just watch this stuff because people would have these videos saved on their, their VCRs, their home recorders, things like that. Excuse me. I just had a burp. This is what happens when you drink carbonated soda, water. Anyways, but yeah, Danny Tanner, he was also the voice, kind of like the older voice in How I Met Your Mother, which a lot of people remember him for. Which honestly, I didn't care for that show. Did you watch How I Met Your Mother?
No, I wasn't a fan. I put on the same tier as Big Bang Theory.
Oh, that's kind of, I wouldn't say that. That's kind of harsh. I mean, I didn't like the show, but damn. But I think casting
some people like
him
Big Bang Theory.
People like Big Bang Theory just like people like Vanilla. People liked Vanilla Ice in the 90s. All right, it's
What?
garbaggio. It's popular, but it's garbage.
Okay.
But anyways, like I was saying, I think he was perfectly casted as the role of kind of like the older man who lost his wife, telling his kids the story about how he met, the mother and stuff. And I thought he was perfectly casted. Apparently, he was also in, what show was it? What movie was it? He was in another movie. Was it Harold and Kumar? No.
I don't remember him. In Harold and Kumar?
Maybe it wasn't Harold and Kumar. He had another, what's the word? He had another cameo in another movie. I can't remember what it was. Anyone in chat?
Or Entourage? Right there?
Was it Entourage?
He had a whole episode in Entourage where he was playing like an asshole, like Pimp Daddy, pretty much. It was hilarious. And speaking of hilarious, his comedy. Did you watch his comedy stand-ups? It's pretty funny.
No. I heard it was pretty raunchy.
Oh yeah, like that. Yeah, like it's such a juxtaposition hearing him, the guy that plays Danny Tanner say all his vulgar language, and it adds to the comedy.
I think though that's a lot of comedians who kind of get typecasted in a role, and then they have to have that image, especially if it gets really popular, when they're like, I'm not really like this. And usually you see it happen for, what's the word I'm looking for? The other way around, where a comedian starts off pretty raunchy, and then he goes on to do like more family friendly stuff, like an Eddie Murphy. That's where it was. He was in Half Baked. He was the cocaine addict.
Damn, I haven't seen that movie in forever.
There we go. That's why I couldn't remember it. He's in Half Baked. Uh-huh. But yeah, R.I.P. to the man Danny Tanner. And we move on to a happier story that takes place in the happiest place on earth. Mikey, what's going on with Disneyland?
So, Disneyland has filed a patent for a virtual world simulator that will allow it to simulate augmented digital worlds without the need for users to wear headsets or glasses. And as reported by SiliconValley.com, the Walt Disney Company was granted a patent by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Company on December 28th that will allow the company to create real-world theme rides where multiple users will be able to simultaneously experience a 3D virtual world without the need for VR goggles. And as per the patent, Disney's virtual spaces would be created using an array of high-speed projectors known as SLAM, standing for Simultaneous Localization and Mapping. This will allow them to continuously track and determine a user's moving perspective as they move throughout a ride or attraction within one of the company's park. Sounds crazy. And a similar park experience, you might have heard about this, was introduced at Universal Studios' Super Nintendo World, with the addition of his Mario Kart Koopa challenge ride. The ride in Super Mario World allows its visitors to race through a course loosely based on the video game, and includes its very own augmented reality feature as guests hop into their own Mario Kart and just play Mario Kart without the need for goggles. So I find this very interesting because we're getting into the digital space. I guess metaverse is getting popular, and I think this could be you think this is going to pop off like a Super Nintendo World?
I hope so. I mean, have you seen the videos of the Mario Kart ride?
No.
So I've watched them, and honestly, I wasn't that impressed with it. But from what I hear, everyone says is that watching a video, of course, never really compares to the real thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't get the AR. You don't really get the AR experience at all unless you're there and wearing the helmet. Now, it always seems to me like every time Universal comes out with something cool as far as like their theme parks, Disney's always got to step it up a notch. Like they're always like, that's good, but watch us do better. Mm-hmm. So this kind of seems to be like a direct response. For example, the Harry Potter land that Universal did, people love it because it's really immersive. It has a lot of stuff. I've been to it myself. I thought it was cool. It's pretty small. Well, maybe the one in Florida is bigger. The one in Hollywood is pretty small. But I thought it was really interesting, and I did like the rides. But then you go to Star Wars Land, and you see the Rise of the Resistance ride. And I went to Star Wars, and I went to Galaxy's Edge, and I couldn't even get on that ride because of the lines. But watching videos of it, even a video looks fantastic. So I'm excited for what this could bring. Like, who knows what properties they're going to use this for? Maybe they're going to expand Galaxy's Edge. Maybe they're going to do some stuff with Avengers. I mean, those seem to be the two big properties that they're pushing at their theme parks right now.
Yeah,
or maybe something new.
Yeah, what I find most interesting about this is that the augmented reality would change for each person's perspective. I'm like, how does that work? Because like I'm assuming the place is going to be crowded. Well, it's going to be a ride, so I said, well, maybe. Never mind. If it's on like a timed ride, I can see the ride. I can see them doing similar things how Haunted Mansion did it. You know, if you've ridden that ride, you see how the. I said it's not the same thing, because you know those statue heads that like keep looking at you as you walk by.
Yeah,
I was thinking like it could be something like that. I don't know, but they said they have a lot of projections and all that stuff going on, and I'm actually looking forward to it. I don't know what to expect from a Disneyland augmented reality. Like, are we going to be put into the world of like Kingdom Hearts, pretty much?
Yo, you give me a Kingdom Hearts ride, I'm there straight up. Like, I might get teary-eyed if they start playing Simple and Clean, because that song hits the feels.
Shout out to you,
In fact,
Hikaru.
All the I challenge all of our listeners, text your crush right now the lyrics to Simple and Clean. See what happens. Post results.
Isn't the lyrics just Simple and Clean? One of them?
The lyrics are Simple and Clean. Text your crush that. That's a new challenge.
Okay. I don't have a crush. But anyways. Anyways, so going from the happiest place on Earth to the coolest place on Earth for gamers, E3. What is going on with that?
Well, it's not going to be a happiest place on Earth anymore, but it might be happiest place online, because E3 is moving from an in-person show to an online show, according to a statement shared with IGN by the ESA. While they point to, the future of the show this year and upcoming announcements and things of that, like the big old PR spot, they said, due to the ongoing health risks surrounding COVID-19 and its potential impact on the safety of exhibitors and attendees, E3 will not be held in person in 2022. So, honestly, not surprising, especially with Omicron out there really, bringing back COVID, as people were starting to think like, oh, COVID's on the decline. And it, for the most part, for a point, it was on the decline. And then we got this new variant, and it's come back. And a lot of it has to do with a lot of people feeling a lot more lax And there is also talk of possibly COVID, going back to a when COVID first started type lockdown. I don't think it'll happen, especially here. Like, Americans are way too stubborn, in my opinion, to ever go back to a lockdown like that unless people start dying in mass, like double of what was happening at the height of COVID. But go on, Mikey.
Oh no, I was like, I don't think I agree. I don't think it's gonna go back to the like that type of quarantine will never happen again.
Yeah. Also, like, to be honest, with now kind of the advancements we have in technology, where E3 used to be just for the industry, like the games industry, for people to show off stuff so they can get PR and press out there. Do we really need an in-person show anymore? Especially since nowadays companies can just digitally send over like trailers and videos and even gameplay demos to journalists, publications, news outlets, and stuff like that. Is it really even necessary anymore?
Yeah, I don't think so, because all gamers like myself watch all the E3 trailers at the comfort of their own home.
Exactly.
And so, E3 going digital doesn't really affect any. I don't think it affects gamers as much as developers. Like, just in either way, they're going to get their promotional stuff out regardless, with E3 or not. And by the way, what's up, Deliver? Did I get a notification? That's weird.
That is weird. We'll look into that. Sorry about that.
But
welcome.
Yeah. E3 going digital. Like, I've always wanted to go to E3 because like it's like the Comic-Con for video games. But and just seeing all the showcases that they have like through the past years, like Ubisoft, like I don't think I would want to sit through a Ubisoft conference in person. And so yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but also, this isn't related to E3, but it is related to big public outings. We are still going to have the Super Bowl in Los Angeles, which is where E3 is located. So,
well,
I guess
that's America's favorite sport.
I guess so. And hopefully,
I know.
Praise Jeebus. Hopefully, we get the 49ers to the Super Bowl again. I'm baiting my breath, but would I risk COVID to possibly see the Niners win a Super Bowl? Maybe.
We're going to risk COVID just to go to a con. Hell yeah.
Hey, man. All right. Cosplayers are life. Cosplay is life. Also, I got tested after I went there, so I'm COVID free.
Yeah, but we're going to another con in Vegas next month.
Oh, God damn it. Well, who knows what'll happen with that.
Like,
also, I'll talk to you I'll talk to you in person about that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. So E3 going online, we're still having the Super Bowl. I don't know. It like you said, it doesn't really affect gamers. It doesn't really matter. And in fact, for even a lot of people in the industry, because from what I hear, like podcasts I listen to and like other industry people that I follow on the internet, like a lot of them think that E3 is just the most exhausting thing. So maybe they're kind of excited to be able to work from home and not have to run around all night in Los Angeles between hotel rooms and, going.
It's exhausting because they're covering the event as journalists.
Yeah. But that's
well, that's the whole event, isn't it?
It pretty much, it used to just be journalists. It was never really the fans before. So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, speaking of video games, we got a super anticipated one that comes out in a few weeks, but something happened. Mikey, tell me what's up with Horizon.
So, the new upcoming game, Horizon Forbidden West, has made its way to the public somehow. So, though the game is missing some art assets, it does contain the entire core of the game, which means that spoilers for Horizon Forbidden West could start to be popping up online. So, if you guys are fans of the game and looking forward to seeing where Aloy story goes next, try to avoid the internet until it comes out. because I think more than a couple of people have got it now because they leaked it, and it's not clear how this build was leaked. But as of right now, it doesn't appear to be making the rounds on file sharing sites as of now. So this does not appear to be a build that has made its way to the media for review, and it's only January 11th, and the game is not being released for another month on February 18th. And I have nothing about codes going out for the game to review this early, and if it did, it probably wouldn't be a PS4 build that contains the missing pieces of the core game. Excuse me. The screenshots online appear to be in Russian, so other media has been taken down to the copyright claims. Shout out to the devs. And further lending credits to the leak's legitimacy. So that leak is real and it's out there. And we've seen this type of leak happen before with The Last of Us 2. It had a build leak which led to major story spoilers making their way to the public like a week or two before it released, right?
Yeah. No, even sooner than that. It was like a month before.
Dang. Yeah, like I tried to stay far away from those. And so far we haven't heard anything that is coming about the Horizon leak, but it's certainly possible that it could be coming soon, if not later. And so just be wary when you go on social media and about Horizon Zero Dawn. And yeah, and also speaking of Horizon Zero Dawn, we'll get into this in detail in a little bit, but when they revealed that there's going to be a VR Horizon game, and did you see the trailer for that?
No, there's a trailer for it?
Yeah, it was like a 10-30 second trailer. And it was with some, I don't know, it's not with Aloy, the main character, but we're with someone in that universe, and they come across a huge ass machine, like a giraffe, and they're looking up from this perspective, and I can only imagine how epic that would be in VR. And I am going to pre-order that. That's a day one pre-order because I've always wanted to play Shadow of the Colossus in VR, and this is probably the closest thing, and I'm hyped. So, are you interested at all in the Horizon franchise?
Yeah, I mean it's on my backlog. I'm probably not gonna play this game day one because I just started picking up God of War, and those two games came out in the same year. So if anything, I'm probably gonna play God of War first, and then probably get to another game on my backlog, and then maybe pick up the first Horizon, and then eventually get to second Horizon. I need to step it up. That's why this weekend I'm just gonna stay in and play video games.
You're about to leave after the show.
Well, we're just gonna get food. It's not like I'm gonna go out all night.
The game's like 3 hours long. Just kidding.
What? Whatever.
But
football is also a priority.
But yeah. So God of War is overhyped AF. Wait, when does God of War come out? The Ragnarok.
They haven't announced it, but they did say this year.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm enjoying it so far. I like it. I don't think it's overhyped yet. Maybe we'll see when I finish it. I don't know if it'll compete with the next game we're going to talk about.
Yeah. Wait. Oops. Okay, never mind. All right. Anyways, I was like, what? What are you talking about? But yeah, how many hours have you put into God of War?
I'm only about 5-6 hours in, so okay. I'm still really early in the game. I've just had a lot of work stuff that wasn't allowing me to play video games, so I'm excited to kind of use this 3-day weekend to catch up. So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm really, well, not really excited, but because I haven't played any God of Wars, but I'm going to play the most recent one in anticipation for the sequel. Same with the Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm going to play that a week before the game comes out and try to platinum it again. Ooh, I don't know why. I was about to burp, but it didn't. But anyways, so speaking of video games, we go from Aloy to a fluffy pink little character named Kirby. So, Gio, what is going on with Kirby?
Can you really describe Kirby as fluffy, or is he really more just squishy?
What's the difference?
Well, fluffy, I think,
You can squish Fluffy.
insinuates that he has fur, like fluffy, or at least feathers.
Puffy there. Squishy.
Whatever. Plushy, squishy. Anyways, a new trailer for Kirby and the Forgotten Lands has revealed a March release date, as well as support for co-op. It is March 25th, 2022, and will celebrate the 30-year anniversary of the Kirby series, aka the greatest character of all time, also canonically the strongest character in media ever. So, the game shows off the co-op in action where the second player can play as Bandana D, as well as a variety of Kirby's copy abilities, such as the Drill and Ranger ability. And also, if you go into the Forgotten Land with a friend, you can play couch co-op. It won't be online co-op. It is strictly couch co-op. But you know what? Couch co-op is cool. Bring back couch co-op. Online, because of COVID, was a thing. But, maybe we can all just wear N95 masks as we play together.
Couch co-op online? Isn't that just multiplayer?
No, it just has couch co-op, no online co-op.
Oh, okay.
Also, have you ever worn an N95 mask?
Yeah.
I got one from work yesterday because of
We're in a pandemic.
Because of the stuff, and those are uncomfortable. Like, I don't mind wearing a mask, but I for sure have to make the straps a little looser because my big ass head, I feel like circulation's cutting to it. Anyways. Back to Kirby. Back to Kirby. As you start rescuing Waddle Dees in the game, and you start filling up Waddle Dee Town, where you can start opening up shops, playing mini games, and it looks amazing. This game is probably going to be 10 out of 10 game of the year. I already can tell. I predict it right now. You can mark this now. Mark this now. Game of the year 2022, Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. Anyone who doesn't have it as the game of the year is a chump.
So you're rating it before even touching it?
I mean, the internet does that all the time, so why can't I do it?
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just clarifying that's what you're doing.
Have you watched the trailer, Mikey?
No, I haven't. I'm assuming it's like any other Kirby game.
No, it's not, because this one's in 3D. It's not like a 2D side scroller. It's a legit 3D platformer, and it looks like it uses the Mario Odyssey engine. Now, have you seen gameplay or trailers from Mario Odyssey? Because that game is fantastic.
To be honest, I haven't played any Nintendo games except the last time with you. So whenever I played Nintendo with you was the last time I played it. Touched a Nintendo.
Sometimes you give me an aneurysm.
Well, you never got the Switch Pro. You never let me borrow your first Switch.
There is going to be no Switch Pro, apparently. I don't think it will.
2022 Game of the Year is Sonic Frontiers. It's post-apocalyptic Kirby.
You wouldn't be able to say that to me with a straight face. My name is Earl. Because there hasn't been a good 3D Sonic game. What is this Kirby fan fiction that you had on screen? I just saw the Kratos Kirby.
Because he had Kirby and God of War together, and I was like, all right, I just judged that.
Fair enough. Post-apocalyptic Kirby. Yeah, true. It's The Last of Us, but Kirby. How about that? But it's gonna be better.
I guess.
Anyways, I'm super hyped for this game because this is the first time they're making a fully 3D Kirby game. I think Nintendo is, if you go kind of through their files and through interviews with certain directors, they've never really been able to pull it off, and this is the first time they're attempting it. So, hyperbole aside, even if it's not a 10 out of 10 game, I still think it's going to be a good game, and it's probably going to be something that I enjoy a lot because I love Kirby, as you can tell by my figures right there, my little Kirby figures. I have other Kirby stuff other places, but nonetheless.
Wait, so real quick, what's the lore of Kirby?
Like the character himself?
Yeah, unless there's something else.
Okay, so he's a Star Warrior, essentially going to save the galaxy from untold evil. But in the first game, or no, I think it's in the second game, they go into Kirby was in like a hyper, what's it called when you cross space but you're asleep? Not cryo, but in a
Hyperspeed.
in a deep, in like some type of deep space sleep. But he was awakened early, so instead of being an adult and being this powerful warrior, Kirby is actually essentially he's a baby. He's basically a baby with unpotential, untapped like power. So he's basically like a chaos god, really.
Wrong, says my name is Earl. Please educate us. Educate Gio, please.
Please educate me on Kirby lore.
Kirby's a demigod. I only know the animated series Kirby. He's the star of the show.
Did you watch that anime or that show? Do you remember that?
I didn't even know it existed till now.
Yeah, there was a Kirby kids show on the Fox box on Fox Kids.
Was it like a back in the day?
Pretty much.
Huh.
No, Kirby is a Star Warrior. My name is Earl. Where are you getting your info?
He's the amalgamation of positive energy.
I need to see facts. I need to see footnotes.
I believe him.
You know what? Let's just move on. All right. Let's go from something I have the utmost expertise in to something you have the expertise in. So from Kirby to Star Wars.
It's official. Mikey hates Nintendo.
Probably.
What? No, I don't. What the fuck? That came out of nowhere. But yeah. So Star Wars, Boba Fett, over the break between our show, it aired 3 episodes, and it is dope. But the latest episode of Boba Fett is sending fans reeling and being angry, pretty much. So you haven't seen any of the Book of Boba Fett, have you?
No.
Okay, well, I don't know. The argument is, or the main criticism is that there is these vehicles that pop up in the 3rd episode of Boba Fett, and it is very, very out of place on a desert planet, Tatooine, and because these vehicles are very colorful and look like they're from a different planet, and which they probably are, and they had a chase scene which probably was like the lamest chase scene in Star Wars. Probably, yeah. Like it reminded me of what's that? Was it Austin Powers? Where they were like in a slow I forgot what it's called, and then like they're just chasing each other. But yeah, it was like that. That Boba Fett show is dope as fuck. But
where the dude is like, yeah,
it's kind of like that. Yeah, kind of like that, but like with a chase scene. And like it was a very, very slow chase scene. And the thing is, it was directed by Robert Rodriguez. But also, the thing about Robert Rodriguez, he also directed Spy Kids. And
he did.
So it really made sense how the 3rd episode played out. But I'm not against those bikes because I think they are Star Wars. Because if you follow George Lucas like filmography, he did American Graffiti, and that's very much, I would say, like in his style, like I would say. But the way it was executed in episode 3 was just so bad. But aside from the episode 3, what?
Real quick, Mikey, was this what Jay Moolah was talking to you about in our group chat? Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's exactly, yeah. Like a lot of people did not like it, but yeah, I also didn't like it, and I think all the criticisms are correct. But except for the ones saying that those bikes aren't Star Wars, I think they are. But anyways, aside from just that whole fiasco, the first 2 episodes of Boba Fett are amazing. Like if you've been a fan of Boba Fett and you know his lore from the expanded universe from before Disney bought Star Wars, you will see a scene that's been talked about in books for I think like for years, and you finally see it in live action on Boba Fett, and it was really dope, but it was a little underwhelming at the same time because it was very short. But I'm glad to have seen it.
Is this the Patton Oswalt scene that he predicted?
Yeah, which is kind of interesting too, because like, was it Robert Rodriguez that directed it? And I was like, did he see that? And it's like, maybe I should just do the same thing. Or did Patton Oswalt just have a dope? Is he just a dope writer in general, making stuff on the fly?
seems like the type of guy that would have like Star Wars lore committed to memory.
Yeah.
Which no offense against the dude, like, or Star Wars at all, but he just kind of seems like one of us, a nerd.
Yeah, but like the way he described it wasn't described in any of the expanding universe like books or stuff. So I thought it was cool. And
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's what's up.
and so with the Boba Fett, along the news with Star Wars, aside from Boba Fett, they just announced there's tickets for Star Wars Night at Disneyland. So if you want to go to Disneyland and have an after hours event where you can spend like maybe 3 hours after the park closes in Galaxy's Edge, where you can ride short lines and have a themed drinks and character meet and greets and all this stuff. And yeah, and I'm going to that during a Star Wars Celebration because they have it on Friday night. And for those who don't know, Star Wars Celebration is like a Comic-Con for Star Wars fans. And I'm going all 4 days. And I just got tickets to Star Wars Night. And hopefully, maybe I might be streaming from that.
What
event.
is it?
It's May 28th. Is a long way from now. I don't even know if Star Wars Celebration is happening because they postponed it due to the coronavirus last year. So I don't know if they'll do it again this year.
Yeah.
But they just released these tickets last week. So maybe not. Maybe they'll go through with it. Who knows? But anyways.
Well, we'll see.
So speaking of expertise, which Star Wars that I have an expertise in, we go to anime, which Gio is like a professor on or something. Like he loves anime. So Gio, and he loves it so much that he bought my ticket to watch this movie that we're going to talk about next. So Gio, what is up with Bell? Oh, and also
okay.
this topic is going to be 7 minutes.
7 minutes long. Mikey,
No, 5.
real quick, let me ask you this. So this movie, Belle, it premiered, I believe, in the West, quote unquote, it premiered at Cannes Film Festival. And then it came out in Japan. Let me look up the actual Japanese date. Because it came out this week here in the US as far as the premiere, but in Japan it came out last year. I don't know the exact date. But would you count it? Oh, here it is. It came out in Japan July 16th, 2021, and it came out at Cannes. It premiered at Cannes Film Festival July 15th, 2021. So would you count this as a movie that released last year or this year?
Well, did it release in the US last year or this year?
Like, if you were, like, for example, like for like Academy Awards and like award nominations, or just counting your movie of the year, would you count it as last year or this year? Even though, because it was distributed here in the United States this year, but it actually came out last year. Where would you count that?
Well, if you're gonna like count like Oscars and stuff, like, well, it did release in Cannes last year, so it would be a 2021 movie.
Okay, then I'm gonna make
Cons.
I'm gonna make this statement. This is my favorite movie of 2021.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, I have so much respect for Mamoru Hosoda. If you don't know who he is, he made The Girl Who Left Through Time, Summer Wars, The Boy and the Beast, Wolf Children, all hitters, all banger movies. I wouldn't say this is his best film, but this was the best film I've watched last year. I thought, quick synopsis. The story is of a girl named Suzu who, due to traumatic events, is no longer able to sing, even though that as a child she loved music. She discovers the U app that allows her to transform into this character named Belle in another metaverse virtual world. And there, during one of her concerts, she becomes a super popular singer, and she comes across this creature called the Beast, who is under a lot of pain, a lot of anger, and basically the story is of her trying to find the Beast and her connection with the Beast. So good.
It's basically a retelling of the Beauty and the Beast story, but
in the metaverse.
But in anime and also in the metaverse, which is very, very unique interpretation of the story.
Oh, 100%. I'm usually pretty good at seeing where movies go, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, I did not see where it was coming. I thought, let's just talk about the visuals first. Visually, it's stunning. It's beautiful. Like, you should watch this on the big screen.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Like this, like a lot of anime, I watch on like my computer or at home, and I was like, okay, that's fine. Like I get everything, but with this movie, there's so much detail. And I was reading into the movie Hosoda. He pretty much he idolized Miyazaki, and you could tell like the inspiration shows in this movie, and because the visuals in this movie is like legit beautiful, and like when we were in the metaverse, I was like, whoa, like there's so much stuff going on. Like I don't think I could catch all this stuff on a smaller screen. Like seeing it on a big screen, it was so immersive and like very captivating. That's the word, captivating.
For sure. So I would say that my only criticisms of this movie is that the story, like it jumps a little bit too much to where you might not understand what's going on, and you have to kind of think about it. Like it jumps around a little bit. It's a little all over the place. I think by kind of like the middle of the story, it starts finding a groove, but the beginning is definitely a little scattered for me. What about you?
Yeah, like did you cry at all in this movie? I couldn't tell. I thought you did.
A lot, actually.
Okay,
Like
because I wasn't sure if you were coughing, like, or you were shaking from crying.
Such a good movie.
Yeah, no. By the way, we were the only two people in the theater.
Yes, go watch this movie. Go watch Belle. Like, this man deserves everyone's money. This movie should make as much money as the Fast and Furious movies, but it won't because people are fucking stupid.
Yeah, people just want to watch the cars go vroom vroom.
I got vitriolic there. Anyways,
but yeah. So, what would you rank this movie out of 10?
9.5.
Wow. And I would give it a solid 8.5 because it didn't grab me as much. And like, there's a lot of like these characters, like these moms, they were kind of random.
Yeah,
like
they were kind of random, and I didn't think they were gonna have like a significant like part in the movie. And I mean, in the end, they kind of didn't, but they had more of a part than I thought they would.
Yeah, and yeah, we'll just. I didn't understand like I did see the connection, but like the meaning behind them, or like how meaningful their connects or they're linked up to each other. Like it seemed like they were just like this neighbors or something.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
They seem like family friends now. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And also,
I think,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, another thing that confused me was how the metaverse in this movie worked, but because there's a lot of stuff that they just glossed over, but I was like, okay, maybe I'm just thinking too hard, and I'll just take it at face value.
Yeah, I think with this, you gotta really just take it at face value. Also, this movie was longer than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I didn't get home till like 12:45. We saw it at the last showing at 10 p.m.
It was the only showing.
Really, I thought there was a sub and a dub.
Oh yeah, well, I wanted to watch the dub.
Yeah, because
yes, I'm a dub watcher. Leave me alone.
Mm.
But also,
big fan.
The music, God, the music is what got me emotional. Honestly, damn, so good. Like the girl who plays
dub.
Belle, is she doing the singing voice?
Oh, I don't know.
Should have BTG play.
The only notable actor, or cast member of this that I knew was Chase Crawford, and that's some CW dude.
I will eventually watch the sub, but to compare them, yeah, she does sing. She does do the singing voice. Like, damn, like Kylie McNeil. Like, props to you. You're an unknown, but yo, good job. Anyways, any last words on Belle?
I would, if you're a fan of anime, like anyone who's been watching the show or knows me, that like I'm not really a weeb, but I really did enjoy this movie, and I would recommend it. So if you are a fan of anime and like Hosoda, which by the way, his movie The Girl Who Left in Time is like in my top 3 animes of all time. That's such a great anime film. But how are you gonna find your waifu in Japan when you can't even watch sub, boy?
I mean, I can watch sub. I just wanted to watch dub for this because of the music. So, kick rocks. Are you gonna watch? Do you think Japanese people watch sub or dub of King in the Hill and Futurama? Answer me that, huh? You know all the answers. Get out of here, huh? Riddle me this. BTG play.
Is King of the Hill popular outside of America?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a random example that you used.
Maybe Rick and Morty would be a more apt example, but I don't know. I just picture Japanese people like debating about King of the Hill, whether the sub or dub is better. It's kind of funny. Anyways, my last word on this movie is it is fantastic. It's gorgeous, emotional. I love it. 9.5 out of 10. Please watch it. It's gorgeous and it made me cry. But yeah, love it. Love it. Also, we talked about this last year, but I don't know if you remember. The designer of the Belle character also did the design for Elsa.
I see. I can see it. Of course, King of the Hill is popular in Japan. I'll tell you what.
I've
never seen King of the Hill.
Really? It's pretty good.
It never appealed to me.
Anyways, moving on. Moving on from my expertise to Mikey's expertise, we're going to PSVR 2. Tell me what's up with that, Mikey.
All right, so hold up. So if you've been waiting patiently for Sony to unveil the next generation of its VR headset, you'll be pleased to know. Go watch it now. I'm like, okay, I need to watch like anime first. You'll be pleased to know that some details were revealed 2 weeks ago at CES in Las Vegas, and in the same convention center that we're going to go to next month. And the new PSVR was unveiled is going to be exclusively for PS5, not PS4. Sorry, old gen. And it will work with the new PSVR 2 Sense controller that you'll see right there. And the company hasn't shown what it looks like just yet, but some of the specs sound impressive. The headset will offer a 4K HDR 110-degree field of view with an OLED display in a resolution of 2000 by 2040 per eye, and frame rates will be 90 to 120 hertz, and which is a technical way of saying that all the action will look very, very smooth. And integrated cameras embedded in the VR headset will track your eye.
Ooh.
And your movements, reflecting it in-game without the need for an external camera. Plus, you get more advanced physical feedback from the headset feedback via single built-in motor with vibrations that will mimic a character's heightened pulse. So the headset will vibrate along with the controllers. And the feeling of objects passing close to your head, well, you'll feel that too. And then there's also 3D audio, which provides more immersive sound, and eye tracking, like I said earlier, which detects your motion of your eyes. So wherever you look in the VR headset, the section where you look will be rendered, and the sections where you're not looking will be like not as rendered as your focal point. And although we still haven't seen the headset, Sony has announced the first game that will come to PSVR 2 is Horizon Call of the Mountain. And I don't have the trailer here, but if you've seen the trailer, it's amazing. And like I said before, I'm hyped. That's day one pre-order. And yeah, Migraine Simulator. You are not wrong about that because yeah, I still get motion sickness when I play VR, but it's worth it. So
that's because y'all don't got big brain energy like me. That's why you get migraines.
I want to see you handle VR.
Actually, you know what? I've never tried VR, so that'll be interesting. Actually, no, I
feel like you're gonna throw
up. What's the one called where the music and you
Beat Saber?
Yes, that one. I played Beat Saber, but that's about it.
Yeah, like the first game I played in VR was Iron Man VR because I bought the bundle set, and I threw up after 20 minutes because flying around as Iron Man in VR. I was not prepared to be floating, but my body is sensing that it's still on ground, and it messed with my brain, and I threw up. Like that's you need to, for me, and then some people, you have to train your mind to get into VR, but some people you can adapt quickly. Make Geo play RE7 in VR and stream. I actually have that, and you should do it.
I'm down for that.
Like I think I have the top 20 PSVR games, and I haven't played like more than half of them. And because some of them are horror VR, I don't know. I'm not ready for it yet because I want to do the other VR games first. But I do want to play all of my PSVR backlog before PSVR 2 comes out. And which brings the question: PSVR backwards compatibility. I don't know if that's gonna be a thing because the first PSVR was all about light tracking with a separate camera, but this one, there's no camera. It's all within the headset and inside-out tracking. So it should be interesting.
I'm sure they can do it. It's just a matter if they want to put the money and energy and resources into doing it.
And like I think the games that will get PS5 patch will be Dreams and maybe like the top 5 PSVR games. Maybe Hitman, but yeah. Because the way the PSVR 1 works is very, very old school. It's the shittiest VR system out right now that you can get. Because yeah, it better be a thing. Sony better not give me all those free PSVR games and not let me play them on my PS5, right? Dude, I was kind of salty, but then also happy that cool, more people have access to VR games, and then it seems like they're trying to make it. They're going ham on VR, and I'm excited. And so to compare with other VR headsets, PSVR 2 is actually has higher resolution than the Oculus Quest 2, which, by the way, seems like everyone in Christmas got an Oculus Quest 2. Like it seemed like that was the Christmas present of 2021.
Well, I think it's because people couldn't get Xboxes or PlayStation 5. Yeah. So, what's the next best thing? Oh, an Oculus Quest.
Yeah, and I was thinking about getting the Oculus Quest 2 before PSVR or Sony announced that they're going to make a PSVR 2. So, yeah. So, and the PSVR 2 also has a foveated rendering, which means, like I said, the same spot left on the left screen is rendered with high fidelity, which shouldn't matter. And the more significant issue for the advertised game controller is the eye tracking. So I wonder how effective that's going to be. And also last week it was noticed that Sony is putting the PSVR 2 in production now, in high production, mass production.
So you don't think that is going to be pushed back?
They said it will release this year, or not? Did they say release this year? But it's highly suspected it will be holiday.
This year.
Yeah, and as early as this summer, which will be exciting.
Okay, BTG Play says, I just wish PSVR or PSVR 2 was wireless. PSVR is fun, but too many wires, which I heard is a common complaint.
Yeah, but I like that it's wired because you can. You're gonna get the top of the best experience possible, but my main concern is if it gets damaged, will the wire be replaceable? That is my one worry. Because some people can turn around in their VR headsets while they're in their VR world, and they turn around so much that they twist the wires, and then the wires inside the wire get all mangled, and all of a sudden your VR headset doesn't work. So hopefully that doesn't. That's not a factor. No, it's Sony. They ain't letting you fix shit. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's legit.
True.
That's legit a concern.
Yeah. So other than that, are you going to get the PSVR 2, Gio? Is that something that you're excited for?
I'm definitely interested in it. I want to see more when they actually announce it. Give me hype for it and see the price and stuff. Probably won't buy it day one, but for sure interested.
Yeah, that PSVR 2 is a day one pre-order for me. They say it'll be available for pre-order. I'm gonna get that. And also, I know I'm going along with the PSVR topic, but Gran Turismo 7 trailer was out this week, and it looks dope. And there's a wheel that specifically for Gran Turismo, and it costs $600. But it's yeah, I know it's like more than a PS5. But apparently in the sim racing community, everyone's like, "Oh my god, like that is the most bang for your buck wheel you can get," and because that wheel is like amazing. And I think for if you want to have all the accessories with the driving wheel, it'd be $1,000. And did I think about it? Yeah, but I don't think I'm gonna spend $1,000 just so I can play Gran Turismo. So I don't know about that. But I am going to get Gran Turismo, and I'm going to get the PSVR. I don't know about get the wheel, though. Anyways, so that's all you got to say about PSVR 2. I'm excited. Tio's excited. Sim racing fans are wild. Yeah, they're like, I was thinking about it. I was like, do I want to build a sim racing like setup? But then it's like, I don't have room for that. And I was like, no, never mind. Might as well just buy a real car. But yeah, anyways, so for
just like
so that is it for our subtopics, and we go on to I don't know what we're doing next. Are we doing the top 5?
Let's do the top 5.
You want to debate? Okay.
We'll end with a debate.
All right. So right now we're gonna give you guys our top 5 list, which will be revealed momentarily, and after that we'll be debating each other, have a 1v1 finally on the show. So Gio, let's start off this topic.
You want me to introduce this? All right. So what we are going to do is we have 5 categories, 5 moments from last year. Oh, someone followed. Oh, thank you, Zombie Bait. Much appreciated. Actually, it's very fitting your name with the
alert.
With the alert. Yes. Wait, can I customize those alerts?
Yeah.
Ooh, I have ideas. Okay. I'll
You can create little JPEG things.
All right.
Dope. I'm excited.
Ideas are floated. All right. Anyways, so we have 5 different categories here that we are going to talk about. I'll read the first category. I'll have Mikey. I want an Ada anime girl. Yeah, that's exactly what you're gonna get. I'm going to
all anime,
name the
I know.
category. I'm gonna give the category. Mikey's gonna read his or say his, elaborate. I'm gonna say mine, elaborate, and then also, if you in the chat want to participate, let us know. Please let us know. We'll probably read out what some of you say. Fafo. So, the first topic category is, what was your top surprise of 2021?
Well, I have 2. I wrote 2 down. The first one being Squid Games and why it became so popular. And yeah, and it is a good show. But yeah, it did come as a surprise that it became as big as it did. And I'm just assuming that's because people haven't seen Battle Royale or Hunger Games
or Danganronpa or Zero Escape or any anime. Really?
Yeah, and so yeah, like that was a big surprise for me, and it's also enjoyable, and I'm hyped for the second season.
Same.
And another surprise for me was Edgar Wright's movie Last Night in Soho. I went into that movie, I was like, all right, let's just watch this Edgar Wright movie, so I could review it for the 1v1 show. And it turned out to be one of my favorite movies of the year. And it's probably one of my favorite, I guess it's horror, right?
Yeah, it would be horror.
Yeah, I would put it in my top 15. I don't know about top 10, but top 15 horror movies of all time. Please don't spoil it. Okay, yeah, I won't spoil it. We won't spoil anything that we'll be saying in this topic, right, Gio?
No, not at all. So, anything else to say on that?
Yeah, I highly recommend everyone to watch Last Night in Soho if you are a fan of horror, because like all of Edgar, thank you, Ara. I don't know what that means. If you are a fan of the horror genre, you will like Last Night in Soho. That's my top surprise of 2021. What's yours?
I also agree. That was my top surprise as well. Last Night in Soho. I thought it was a very interesting take on horror. It was something that was. It was well shot, well produced, well made, but also very creative. The use of music, I would say, was very well done. Like, it gives me chills just thinking about it. Also, the story was one of those things where it's like I have no idea what's going on, and I'm here for a thrill ride.
It was a fun movie to watch.
It's okay. So I had this feeling with another movie, Mother. Did you watch Mother?
Didn't you watch it together?
No, I watched it with one of my roommates in college.
Oh. Okay, but yeah, I've seen it.
But so when I watched Mother, it almost felt like a kind of like a dark ride at Disneyland, where I feel like my seat was moving and I'm going through like different rooms. I don't know if you get what I'm saying with that. But I kind of felt the same way while watching Soho. I felt like it was almost like a surreal experience watching Last Night in Soho. Like I felt like I was on edge, like I was just moving about and seeing everything that was going on and the twists and turns of the story, and just like every time being like, oh snap, like thinking I knew what was going on, but then the movie took me for a loop. For the longest time, Last Night in Soho was my favorite movie of the year until, we clarified a few minutes ago that it's actually Belle. Both really good movies. Solid. That was my top surprise of 2021. And yeah. So those of you in chat, let us know what was your surprises? What was your top surprise of 2021? And yeah, we'll move on to the next topic. And then as you all post on there, we'll read out what you all think and give our thoughts as well. All right, Mikey, next post or next topic. What was your top disappointment of 2021?
I have two again. And the first one is being the Justice League Snyder Cut. Because I don't know why I thought that would be or why I got disappointed. I should have expected to be disappointed. But, knowing that it was the Snyder Cut and that fans were getting what they demanded, I thought, like, maybe some sliver of hope that is going to be a good movie. But no, the Justice League Snyder Cut was terrible. Because I haven't seen the original Justice League, just to preface that. And so the Snyder Cut is my first exposure to the Justice League movie and story. And I did not enjoy it at all. And another disappointment along the same lines of Justice League Snyder Cut. Oh yeah, I agree with Mikey. Snyder Cut Justice League was not worth it. 4 hours of my life I'll never. True. Like that was such a waste of time. Like that is a great screensaver movie. If you just put it on mute, like if you want to show off your TV, put that movie on. And speaking of screensaver movie, another disappointment is for me is the Eternals. Because I was really hyped for that movie. I was like, ooh, I wonder what's gonna go on here. But the Eternals, I was so bored watching that, and I was very bummed out that it wasn't as good as I hoped it would be, because it was coming from Chloe Zhao, who just won a Best Director and Best Picture Oscar the previous year. And so those are my top disappointments of 2021. The Justice League Snyder Cut and Marvel's Eternals. It was better than the Joss Whedon cut, so that tells you how bad the first one was. True, yeah, like that's. I saw the Snyder Cut with you, right? Or no?
No.
Oh wait, no, that was the ultimate cut for Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ahoy, ahoy.
Ahoy, ahoy.
Yeah. Which, by the way, was Lex Luthor's first line in Batman v Superman, and I was like, this movie sucks after he said that. And then, anyways. So yeah, those are my top disappointments of 2021. What are your top disappointments of 2021, Gio? And also the chat.
Mikey still greets me, ahoy, ahoy.
And I still say that today.
He doesn't let me live down the fact that I made him watch that.
I remember when Lex Luthor has introduction scene in Batman v Superman and he said "Ahoy, ahoy." I was like, I looked to my right. I'm like, dude, did Lex Luthor? Is that really his first line in this movie? I was like, this, and then we had like an hour and a half to go after that. It was terrible.
Oh my god, they gave me COVID.
Yeah.
God.
Joss
Damn.
Whedon's cut and Zack Snyder's cut was not great. But anyways, your top disappointment of 2021.
Sure. My top disappointment is probably that you have no clue about at all. But let me give you a pitch. All right. My top disappointment of 2021. If you watch Batman v Superman as a comedy, it's bearable. Yeah, fair enough.
Then we have to go. Yeah.
Let me pitch you an idea or a concept, Mikey. Tell me if you think this sounds dope. All right. Let's mix Coraline with not Powerpuff Girls. Coraline with Alice in Wonderland and Sailor Moon. And we throw in some psychological horror as well as a little bit of like surrealist like art. Tell me that doesn't sound dope.
It sounds interesting.
My top disappointment of this year was Wonder Egg Priority, which was an anime that premiered in the beginning of the year. Now, anime is about Wonder Egg Priority is about a girl named Ai who has a best friend who ended up pretty much, committing suicide by jumping off the cliff. Ai is alone. She has self-esteem issues. She doesn't know what to do until she discovers this egg that allows her to go into this other world and fight for pretty much to save strangers from their own kind of psychological horror issues. Now, she is promised that if she saves enough of these strangers, then she will be able to bring her friend back to life. And let me just say that this show had so much promise. It looked beautiful. The story in the beginning was amazing. They were setting up all these intricate plot details that were just great. And I was fully invested on this show. This show was basically set to be my anime of the year. And then the ending comes and it just ends with nothing. And here's the thing that pisses me off about it. Because if you watch the story, you know that there's so much left to go. And that they ended up saying, okay, we're going to have a special 1 hour episode. A special 1 hour episode that ties everything up. And all that special 1 hour episode did was, one, the half of it was just recap. And then two, it doesn't fill in any of the plot details. And it just throws more stuff at you that makes no sense. And it completely ruins the characterization of some characters and some plot details that we don't know why. Oh my God. It was just a mess. And it honestly, it was one of those things where the ending was really more important than the journey. And I honestly wish I never watched it, because getting dicked around like that and being told a good story to just have the ending just disappoint you, I felt like it was a slap to the face of the fans, to the people who watched it. It was a gut punch. And I honestly just resent that anime, that unless it gets to season 2, which it probably won't, because if you look at the production, there was so much trouble with it and the studio pressuring, which is honestly, I don't know if we want to put it on the animators. Mm-hmm. It was more on the studio heads and stuff like that. They'll probably not give this a season 2. And this was an anime-only story, so there's not like a manga or a light novel that tells me what happens later. I'm just disappointed, and just thinking about it makes me tired.
Yeah. Wait, so it was a whole season? How many episodes?
11, and then the 1 hour special.
Oh, so like, you didn't enjoy the? I mean, I know you said like the ending's more important than the journey, but you didn't enjoy the journey?
I did enjoy the journey, but then when you get to the end, you just feel resentful.
Could you just like ignore the ending and be like, the first 9 episodes were dope, the last two didn't happen. You know, like how
To a
people do with the
point.
last Airbender movie.
To a point, but just the fact that I won't ever really know what happens with all these characters and what the world they're setting up with, it just makes me resentful.
It's a long car ride that is very nice, but then you throw up at the end and when you get off. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a very apt. Okay, let me give you another example. Have you seen National Lampoon's Vacation?
No.
Oh, well, never mind. Doesn't matter. Anyway, moving on. Let me read a couple things in the chat. My name is Earl says, top disappointments were no Gamera in Godzilla vs. Kong, and was Wonder Egg Priority fizzled out by the 9th episode. Agreed. Nice Samantha says, Wonder Egg Priority top fail and second season of Promised Neverland, which is also a good anime. I think you would like the first season, Mikey.
Promised Neverland?
Yeah, I think Promised Neverland is an anime. The first season is an anime that can show anyone, really.
What's the premise?
Basically, you have an orphanage called, is it the Gracie Fields? Anyways, you have an orphanage, you have three. The main character, her name is Emma. She's like this energetic, young, pretty smart orphan girl who lives with her foster brothers and sisters in this orphanage, and they take care of mom, who is like this caring caretaker, Mother Isabel. One day, one of their adopted...
You're getting hell detailed.
Yeah. One day, their adopted sister gets adopted, and she drops her stuffed toy animal. Emma and another one of the boys there go to give her a stuffed toy animal, and they find out that she's been killed because they're in the orphanage. They're actually getting sold as meat and food to demons, and that Mama's in on it. She's basically their rancher.
Okay, so orphans dealing with evil stepmom.
Yes.
Okay.
Who feeds them their food.
Okay.
Kids are food, apparently. So good. Anyways, moving on. Let's move on to the third topic. Mikey, what was your top hype moment of 2021? And I feel like we have the same one.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, those who know me, my biggest disappointment, or Zombie is saying it, my biggest disappointment is Matrix Resurrections. I still haven't seen that yet. And it's Slime Isekai. And my favorite was Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 1. Ooh, I still need to binge watch Attack on Titan. Like after Season 2. But yeah, my most hype moment was last month. And I think it might be the majority of everyone watching the show, or like in pop culture in general. The most hype moment was, no spoilers, was No Way Home. And yeah, like the crowd reaction in No Way Home was so much louder, like 5 times louder than Endgame and Infinity War. Like, you know, Infinity War, Thor's entrance, it was louder than that. You know, the portal entrance on your left, it was louder than that. And there was multiple moments where it was louder than that portal entrance, and it was dope. And it was so hype that I saw No Way Home 3 times, and not the same time every time. First time I saw it in 2D with Gio. Second time I saw it in 3D, also with Gio. And then fourth time I saw it in 4D, but with my family. And it was dope every time, and it was hype every time. And I think I would do it again. But actually, I don't know about the 4D movie. 4D is really interesting, by the way. Like, I don't know how people could watch other movies in 4D, but 4D with No Way Home was amazing. Because, all right, no spoilers for the movie. I'm going to just say the villains that were in the trailers. You see Electro, Green Goblin, Doc Ock, and what's another one? I can't remember. Anyways, they all had a 4D entrance in No Way Home, and it was dope. It was so hype. Like when every time let's see, the Green Goblin came in, there was steam coming into the room, like you could see. It was dope. And also when Electro came in, the lights were flashing in, like it was synced with the screen. It was amazing. Like, but I don't know if I would do 4D again, because that experience kicked my ass, because the seat kept moving every time Peter Parker, whoa, we don't know who he is. Spider-Man Spider-Man got hit, the sea would move and it would jerk you around. Anyways, but yeah. So that was my most hype moment of 2021. What about yours? Oh, Lizard, thank you, nice Samantha.
My most hyped moment of 21 was also the same. Spider-Man, No Way Home. I thought it was that movie was crazy. That things that you think happened, and things that you didn't think would happen, and it was all just amazing. I didn't get as emotional as you, Mikey, because we talked about the movie after, but I thought it was well made. It was like, yo, like that. If you could have a reaction to that movie, it's kind of like, yo. That's how I would, describe it. Pretty much, you hit the nail on the head on why the movie is hype as it was, and it's kind of hard to talk about it without any spoilers. But like opening night, watching that movie, it was loud. Even though my mood wasn't the best because of things, but it's great. Great movie.
Yeah. So, what were your guys' hype moments of 2021 in chat? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. We'll read them out. Nice Samantha says, Spider-Man movie is just that gif of Jonah Hill screaming. Yeah. Pretty much. Pretty much. All right. Number 4. What is your top WTF moment of 2021?
Ooh, Cowboy Bebop is a good one. I liked it. For disappointment. Yeah. Wait, Cowboy Bebop is hype?
Or WTF? Or
WTF. Moment. But
I know BTG play, I know it's not hype.
Yeah. I say that would be a good WTF or disappointment choice. But my WTF moment of 2021. Wait, I liked Encanto movie songs. Good songs, very cute characters. I still need to watch Encanto. And I want to know why they don't talk about Bruno. Because I keep seeing that. Anyways, my top WTF moment of 2021 is, again, the Justice League Snyder Cut. And specifically, the ending with the Joker scenes. Like, what was that? What the heck? But yeah, the whole movie was a WTF. And not just that, I have 2 again. DC and Marvel. Wait, I can't really say the Marvel one. A spoiler, right?
Is it a certain scene in your disappointment?
It is the
movie?
after credits of isn't it? Was it Eternals? Yeah, Eternals. Yeah. The after credit scene of Eternals, the entrance of a certain actor into the MCU. Yeah, that's all I'll say. It's what the fuck, a bad or good moment?
It could be either.
I view it as a bad moment. Well, actually, I don't know about bad. It's just like confusing. Like, why did this happen? That's how I'm using. Yeah, the Joker scenes in Justice League Snyder Cut and the after credit scene of Eternals. Those are my WTF. What about yours, Gio? And
mine is actually Snyder Cut. The whole thing. The fact that it was even put out. The fact that the fans actually got what they wanted. The length of the movie. The excessive slow-mo in that movie. The Joker scenes when he was like, "Who's gonna give you a reach around?" I
forgot about that.
Scene, that whole movie was just a WTF. I wasn't so low on it as you were. I thought it was, you could cut out like the slow-mo in that movie and it would be a much better movie. But I get it that Zack Snyder loves his snow
globe
slow-mo. But yeah, it was definitely just the fact that it actually happened and it was promoted, and I think it was a success for HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was definitely my most WTF moment. Nice Samantha says, "Oh wait, my hype moment is that one episode in Hawkeye when the character gets revealed, and I was like, yo, no spoilers in case people haven't seen it. I still haven't finished Hawkeye. I need to watch episodes 5 and 6.
I think that's the best Disney Plus show. That's my favorite.
Yeah?
Oh yeah,
Even
we forgot. Yeah, it ended during our break. Yeah, Hawkeye is my favorite Disney Plus show. It's my number 1. And nice. Seeing that episode, like release day along with the other Marvel releases, was hype. I was very hype. Like those two moments, like one after another. Ooh, so good.
All right. All right. Next, the last,
For this,
the absolute
this
last.
for this segment, we still have another segment, 1v1 debate. By the way, stay tuned.
The last question.
Mm-hmm.
We have one more topic. What is your most anticipated moment of 2022?
All right. Well, I have a bunch of moments, and they're all related to one topic because I'm a Star Wars fan, and Star Wars fans this year are eating good because we were start off the year with the book of Boba Fett, and that's still ongoing. And then that's not all Star Wars that we're getting. We're also getting Cassian Andor's spin-off show this year as well. And we're not only getting that, we're also getting the Bad Batch, the Clone Wars Bad Batch Season 2. And we're not only getting that, we're also getting the Obi-Wan Kenobi spin-off show. Let's go. It takes place before episode 4, between episode 3 and 4, and Hayden Christensen is coming back. Let's go. And we're not only that, we're also getting the Lego Star Wars special, which I haven't seen them, but I heard they're great. And not only that, we're also getting The Mandalorian Season 3. Dope. And not only that, we're also getting Disney Gallery Star Wars episodes on Disney Plus. And not only that, I'm going to Star Wars Celebration, which is, like I said earlier, is a Comic-Con for Star Wars fans. And not only that, I'm going to go to Galaxy's Edge for the first time during Celebration weekend and riding all the rides in after hours. And yeah, so my most anticipated moment of 2022 is everything Star Wars. Anyways, Sami Bait says Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 2 finale. Chainsaw Man anime, JoJo's Part 6 Part 2. Anime watchers will be feasting this year. Ooh. Are you hyped for those, Gio?
I'm hyped for Chainsaw Man. That's going to be great. Chainsaw Man anime Part 2 as well. So, it's going to be lit. Take a shot every time Mikey says, not only that. Doyle says, well, I'm getting drunk. Ooh, Doyle, what time is it where you are? Because, I mean, maybe it's acceptable.
It's about to be 10 p.m., I think. Right?
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we are. What's the word I'm looking for? My most anticipated moments, I actually have two. One is not one. I would whittle it down to one, but one I'm not sure if it's going to happen due to the state of the world. But my other most anticipated moment is Breath of the Wild 2. Nintendo has said it's coming out in 2022, and I am hyped. Breath of the Wild 1 was a phenomenal game. I'm excited to see where they take it. Are they going to bring back dungeons? They show off like a human Ganon type character. What is it going there? Like, I love Zelda, and this Breath of the Wild was an amazing, fantastic game. And that was a game where the journey was the experience, and the ending wasn't really the main focus. Unlike Wonder Egg Priority, I am super hyped for that. But if, things work out in the way that I want them to, my most hyped moment of 2022 is going to be, or most anticipated moment of 2022 is going to Japan. I've been planning this trip for the past 3 years. I want to go to Japan. I am actually taking a Japanese class right now so I can learn some phrases while I'm out there.
I'm also going to Japan.
I want to go to Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka. I want to probably just go everywhere. I want to go to the city. I want to go to the rural areas. I want to go to Nintendo Land. I want to go to the Disney parks. I want to do it all. I want to go to a manga cafe. I want to go to a maid cafe. I'm excited. It's gonna be awesome. I probably won't come back. Honestly, if I go to Japan, I'm not gonna want to come back. They are going to have to deport me back here. So.
Nice Samantha says he's excited for more conventions. Same, and hopefully they can do in-person stuff for bigger cons instead of virtual. Agree. Like, yeah, I didn't go to SAC Anime the most recent one because I just forgot about it, and also COVID. And then, but yeah, I'm really excited to go to more cons. Like, I want to go to more cons. Like, the con bug got me.
Even like our even like our local con here in town was like pretty cool, like to kill like an hour or two.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, it was exciting.
Yeah, I think this year is the year of cons for me. And that's me because Star Wars Celebration and Vegas next month, and then I think that's the only two I got planned as of now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so okay.
All right. So anybody? Excuse me. Damn. Yeah, that porridge I ate earlier. Yeah. Not coming up great. Anyways, y'all con men now. That's true. We are con men. Moving on. So
That took me a second. I was like, I'm not a con man. I was oh wait, conventions.
Our next topic, we are going to have our 1v1 debate. So me and Mikey, I gave him the topic beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
We each picked a separate answer so that we're not just here agreeing the whole time. And the question for today's debate, 1v1 debate, is
wait, before we get into it, wait, let me go to the bathroom first.
Okay.
Because I drank a cup of coffee. But all right, so I'm gonna put you on the screen.
For sure. Give me the one. What's up, chat? How y'all doing? It's your boy Gio Hughes. Let me show. While Mikey is off, let me show you some figures I got from Sac Anime this weekend. See, I have my. It's like a maid bunny girl type Chizuru Mizuhara from Rent a Girlfriend, one of the best series ever. It is honestly, it is the Catcher in the Rye of our generation. Really, it's Kazuya is just like Holden. They're both misunderstood. The internet's favorite main character. I even got a photo because I cosplayed as Kazuya when I went to Sac Anime, and I even took a picture with Alex Lee, and he held up the sign where it's like looking for my rental girlfriend. You know what, BTG Play? We don't need that negative energy. All right. The only person who could bring negative energy is me. That's me. That's just me. That's my job. Right? I'm the anti-Kirby, but I'm still Kirby. Now, what else did I buy? I bought. Now, let me show you off this. Right? See, I have from my favorite manga series, I have my favorite best girl, Nico Robin. I have a lot of Nico Robin statues. You really think about it? I got this one. I got this one. Right? I even have. Hold on. Let me see if I could get this. Ooh, let me. I even have. I have this little mini one too. You see. I have all the Nico Robins, right? Because she's best girl. She's top 3. In fact, honestly, if I had to have if you had to ask me, Gio Huey Flow, anime expert, connoisseur of the internet, and overall guy who has right opinions on everything. If you were to ask me what is my holy trinity of waifus, let me show you. All right, 1 would be Nico Robin. 2 would be Chizuru Mizuhara. Let's see. Let me get these in frame. And then the last one would be Bunny Girl Senpai Mai Sakurajima. So, yeah, that's the holy trinity right there. Anyways, Mikey's back. Let me put my waifus away, and then we can get back to it.
Didn't you show that off last time?
Yeah, but the people need to constantly know.
Okay.
They need to constantly be aware of why I'm right about these waifu wars.
I didn't even know there was a war being brewed.
There's always a war. It's me versus all the idiots with bad opinions, which is everyone else. How it goes.
Okay, then.
People think this is a bit I do. No, this is actually how I am. Mikey can attest.
No, yeah. Yeah. Weeb wars.
Anyways, speaking of wars, let's get into the biggest debate of the new year of 2022. I'll fix that later. All right, what is, or who is a better way, who is the best live-action Spider-Man? Now, you can let us know in the chat who you think is the best Mikey, please tell me who you think it is, and then I'll go after.
So, my opinion of who the best live action Spider-Man is easily the original dude, aka Tobey Maguire. He is my preferred choice to be a all-around Spider-Man, pretty much.
All right. So I picked my choice for the Spider-Man. It's not the original, but the latest and greatest edition. It is Tom Holland. I think Tom Holland is the best portrayal of Spider-Man. Oh, BGG Play says Andrew Garfield for him. So
Interesting.
we can get into that. We get into this. All right, Mikey. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to let you lay out one point. If I want, I can rebut, and then I'll lay out my points, and you can rebuttal, and then we can have the chat decide who had the better points. Or like BTG Play, if they liked a third option better or another option better, we can read we'll be reading what they say in the chat. So let's you go first. I'll let you go have this one first.
All right, yeah. The reason I think Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man is because he is like the perfect personification of a Peter Parker playing the masked hero. Because he looks and acts like an actual dweeb nerd. Whereas Andrew Garfield, he looks way too cool and good looking to be like a Peter Parker type person. Same with Tom Holland. I said, well, Tom Holland's pretty nerdy, but like he's not as I don't see people bullying Tom Holland's Peter Parker as much as Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker. Which is what Peter Parker, that's what happens to him as Peter Parker.
All right, fair enough. Let me know any other points.
Oh, that was going one by one.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say if you want to keep going, go ahead.
Oh, okay. And when what the heck? Tobey Maguire, when he's Spider-Man, when he says his quips, he says it like he means it too. Like he's kind of an asshole when he says it. Like, I missed the part where that's my problem. And like, dang, okay. And then also when he's taking pictures and beating up the bad guys in Spider-Man 1, like that was very Spider-Man. Nicholas Hammond was the best Peter Parker. My name is Earl.
Is that the animated one? Nicholas Hammond. Oh, I hate you. I hate you so much.
The old French dude.
Anyways.
But yeah. So and then I'm still going?
If you want, yeah, keep going. Just keep
okay,
going.
And his web powers is not because of his smart knowledge and tech whiz guy. He's a mutant. Boom, done.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and also we see all the iconic Spidey origin moments with Tobey, and also the emo dance Tobey is funnier than all of the other live action Spider-Man's comedic bits combined. Yeah,
right.
I said it.
All right. Whatever. All right. My go?
Yes.
All right. So here's what I have to say.
Oh, wait. Last thing.
God damn it.
The biggest thing for Tobey Maguire. One man, one suit. That's it.
All right. Let me clear up the air. To me, Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man portrayal for a couple of reasons. One, he's actually the one that actually looks the part of being a young high schooler. Tobey Maguire is like 28 when he filmed as Peter Parker, and he already looks like he chain smokes cigarettes. All right. Tom Holland actually looks like a skinny, scrawny young kid from the Bronx. Where's he from?
Queens.
Brooklyn?
Queens.
Queens. You're right. He's from Queens. Anyways, all New York is the same. I hope New Yorkers aren't watching this. Anyways, not only that, but he also has like the bit of the nerdy. He is the nerdiest part. He is both the nerdy Peter Parker, but also the sarcastic Spider-Man. He has the quips. See, when Peter Parker or when Spider-Man says the quips, Tobey Maguire, you said it's because he sounds like an asshole and that he's mean and stuff like that. But the thing is that Spider-Man is like he's not saying it in that term. He's more of like just kind of, it's almost like a thing that he does to ease his anxiety, right? Where he's saying like these things is like joking around because he is still such a young kid. He still has all these issues and he's still making these, quips under high stress situations. Another reason why I believe Tom Holland is the best Peter Parker is also the fact that we don't have like the weird web thing because he is smart. Like Peter Parker is a super smart guy. Like he is, even as a kid, he was kind of like a bit of a boy genius, right? Not to the level of Mr. Fantastic, but he's up there. And also, like the last point I'm going to make, the biggest criticism about Tom Holland as Spider-Man is that, well, he's a part of the MCU, but you can't say that, oh, he's just Iron Man Jr. because that's how you bring him in. It was a smart way to bring him in. And yes, you can argue that the first two movies are very much living in Iron Man's shadow, but I would argue that the third movie is not that at all. And in fact, it does set up for, a non MCU leaning on Spider-Man roles. So I believe that it was an arc that was portrayed, and you're right, we don't see the iconic Spider-Man moments as Tom Holland. But that's because we've already seen those, and it was a creative choice because of the past movies and the mess up Sony had with their films. A couple of things in chat. Nine Samantha says, Toby, best Spider-Man. He doesn't need to make his own web. Whatever. All right.
That's correct.
Any rebuttals for what I have to say, Mikey?
No, I mean, what about strength-wise? I think Toby is the strongest one of all. Because he could stop a train, but Tom Holland can't even put a ship together.
Okay, but like, just because he's the strongest doesn't mean that he's the best one.
Well, if I wanted to rely on any of the Spider-Mans, it would be Toby all day to save me.
Okay, but we're talking about portrayal. Like, who is like embodies Peter Parker and Spider-Man the most? Yeah. Like, is it strength? Like, was Spider-Man always one of the strongest Marvel heroes? I mean, he's strong, but is he that strong? Can he compete with like the Hulk or Thor?
Can Spider-Man beat Goku? Checkmate.
Shut up.
Kirby can beat Goku. What was Tom Holland's biggest, like without spoiling the latest movie, what's his biggest feat of strength in the live action movies? Like, the only one moment I can think of is the first Tom Holland movie where all the stuff fell on top of him and he recreated that iconic Spider-Man movie moment where he lifted all that debris off of him.
I mean, okay, fair enough, but I feel like, but that's the point though, because he's still growing into being a superhero, right? Because when you really think about it, like Tom Holland's Spider-Man was, for the most part, just some kid in a hood, and then Iron Man just came and just kind of threw him into the superhero light. So he's still out here, like running around. 3 shots to Kettle One. Thank you for following. What do you say, Zendaya? Get out of here. Nice Samantha says, I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man was too tied to Tony and was being babied, but he has potential to grow. And now that he has detached, we can see him actually grow into his Spider-Man shoes. Okay. Also, another thing. You said that the emo Spider-Man is funny.
My name is Earls. Tom Holland's biggest feat is being slammed through the floor like a little bitch. The strongest quality was Zendaya. Yeah. I agree.
I hate all of you. I hate all of you. But like, we're still gonna see more Tom Holland Spider-Man. Like we're still gonna see him grow.
Yeah, I will concede that Tom Holland does have the potential to be the best Spider-Man ever because he's still playing the role. He has portrayed Spider-Man and Peter Parker more than both of Andrew and Toby. So
Yeah.
yeah, he definitely has the potential to be the best.
But also,
that's yet to be seen.
Your moment about you said Tobey Maguire is like Tobey Maguire turning into like emo, like edgy Peter Parker. Like that was funnier. Fair enough that it probably was the funniest of everything. Just looking back at it now, but is that really true to the character of Peter Parker?
No, the symbiote got into him.
Well, do we ever have that? Like, do you think that Peter Parker, being who he is, even when the symbiote influence would do all that? I don't know.
We need Deadpool for Spider-Man. That would be dope.
That would be dope. Actually, yeah.
And now they're both in the MCU.
True. I mean, we need to see a Deadpool MCU movie, which who knows when we'll ever get that.
Yes, Peter's edgy. It's not a phase, Mom. That's the real Peter. Yeah, and then what else? The emotional moments. Who had the better ones? Or like, who best portrayed those emotional moments? And then I don't think Tom had many.
I think okay, fair enough, but you could say that's more on the script than on Tom Holland as far as the emotional moments that he had were not. I mean, there were some, like I think a lot of Peter Parker in Homecoming, the first movie, is him and his kind of coming to terms that can he do this? Is he good enough? That anxiety of being a superhero, especially a young one. Also, the kind of things that happened in the last movie. Yes, they were very emotional. They were they did hit you in the gut. Maybe not as much as Toby, but that you could say that's more of the script's fault and not on the actor.
But then Zombie Bait says, I think all three Spider-Man wearing black suits was cool. Oh yeah, never mind. Toby did have two suits, but it was like it's black instead of red. And Toby with Venom, Holland with the Spider Monkey suit, and Garfield with Gwen's funeral. But yeah.
Fuck you.
What?
Anyways, I'm curious. BTG Play said he thinks Andrew Garfield's the best one. I'm curious to see your points on that one. But regardless, right?
Damn, that was immediate.
Oh, damn, all right, he had it ready.
I'll throw out the reason I like Andrew Garfield was that his Spider-Man felt the most faithful to the comics. His banter was my favorite too, because he was always talking shit while fighting someone, but then gets his butt kicked. Uncle Ben deserved to die. Andrew Garfield was Spider-Man. Okay. Okay.
The duality of man. Basically two opposing arguments in the same one. All right, Mikey, closing words.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man because he embodies, gives the best representation of Peter Parker, and it feels like Peter Parker is behind the mask that is Spider-Man.
All right.
Rather than the other ones where it's like that's just that's I don't know, it didn't actually maybe for Tom Holland because I didn't really feel the Peter Parker-ness from Andrew Garfield, but Tom Holland has that like little kid let's see, like that wonderment like of life, you know what I mean? I don't know, like he's very like a baby pretty much. It's out of the water, and so it makes him interesting. So yeah, but I would give my vote to Tobey Maguire because, like, if I were to pick out of the three or all the live action Spider-Man.
Shiggity. All right, dog. My last word. I think Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man because to me, even though he is tied to the MCU and Tony, I think that kind of fits in the favor of, this kid who is just kind of a high school nerd who embodies that, and he actually looks the part of being a young high schooler as opposed to the other two, degenerate gambler Tobey Maguire. And he also, he has the quips. He has the anxiety of being Peter Parker, and while being Spider-Man, I think he may not be the one that excels at either role the most, but he's the one that blends both roles together in the best way possible. So let us know in the chat what your opinions are. I think a lot of you have said already. I don't think anyone agreed with me, but that's because you're all wrong. Anyways, but yeah, that's the end of the debate. We'll come up with another 1v1 debate next week.
Or give us a topic to debate on.
Oh yeah, you can let us know. Comment to the Instagram account, and I'm going to make a Facebook account soon too, just to have a little bit more exposure on other places. Tobey Maguire wins this one because he's got the memes. He's a meme Zarin by making him the best Spider-Man because Spider-Man want to be a meme man. Fuck you, I hate you.
That's a good point.
If you want to say memes, it would be the original cartoon where they're all like, the pointing memes are the best. And also the one where he's sitting at the desk. Anyways. Any last words, Mikey? Am I closing out the show, or are you closing out the show?
I'll close out the show.
Okay.
Spider Meme Man. All right, so let me get my screen. All right, so hold on. All right, so that is it for our show today. And if you like what we do here on the 1v1 show, feel free to give us a follow on our socials. And if you'd like to support us, we have... Wait, hold up. We got to go back real quick. I think Garfield's Peter Parker was way too cool. I think I kind of agree with you about Holland, especially after No Way Home. Yeah. Okay.
You zombie bait. For once, me and you agree on something.
Interesting. But all right. Sorry. All right, back to the ending of the show. So yeah, follow us on our socials if you like what we do, and if you want to support us financially, we have a Patreon where $3 you get our roll credit, which shouts you out personally at the end of every show. $5 you can submit any topic as long as it's appropriate, and we will give you our analysis on the news. And the last tier is $10. You can sponsor the show. If you want to plug in your own socials, product, or company or whatever, it's there on the Patreon. And so that's it for our show today. And if you, I was about to repeat myself. And I am your host, Mikey, along with
Geo Huey Flo.
And we are the 1v1 show. And if you want to, are we doing a post show today? Or
probably not, because I'm kind of hungry.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So I guess no post show today, and so that will be it for the 1v1 show. And come see us next week on this channel, twitch.tv/1v1 show, or the 1v1 show on YouTube. And yeah, and I'm your host, Mikey, along with
Geo Huey Flo.
And we will see you guys next week. Oops. Oh, God.